Welcome, everyone. We are so pleased to have Kelly McBride and Ava Wright joining us this evening from the Madison County Health Department. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for the opportunity. So I won't belabor the point. I don't need to be on camera much today. Just wanted to introduce Madison County Health Department's Director of Nursing, Ava Wright, and she has taken time out of her busy schedule to give us some status updates and to share some things that are on her heart and mind today. And our staff doesn't like to be in the spotlight or put themselves on display, but it is important today to share some information. So I will turn the camera over and the floor over to Ava.
Welcome, Ava.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here. And even though we are very busy, it's an honor to be here to talk about the importance of the work that's being done throughout the county regarding the pandemic and COVID-19.
Right.
Ava, tell us a little bit about that. Give us a bit of an update. And from your perspective, we'd love to hear from you.
That's right.
Thank you. Currently, every county except for one in the lower southern border of Kentucky is in the red zone. Red zone reduction recommendations are posted on the COVID-19 website, KY Kentucky COVID website. And so it's really important that everyone is aware of what that means and what that means for our county. So I would encourage you to educate yourself and go read about it. But some of the recommendations include, we're trying to increase those vaccination efforts, encouraging masking in public indoor settings and outdoor in large groups, actually even postponing those large events, and to consider if you're medically vulnerable to avoid those large crowds. And so that's very important right now as we're in the red zone. That basically means that our cases are up and they meet a criteria that the state has set on when this is really like a red alert. Like this is serious business.
Right.
Ava, we know in regards to that, the best way to overcome this and work together as a county is that vaccine. So perhaps an update on a vaccine here in Madison County.
Okay. Again, for those of you that have an interest, the website for Kentucky COVID offers a lot of information that is helpful in your understanding of those percentages and what's going on related to our numbers. In Madison County, we would like to see a higher percentage of vaccinated individuals.
Right.
Currently, we're less than 50% of our population vaccinated. Most of our vaccinated group is 50 plus in age. We are working on increasing those rates, but it's very important that people are mindful that our rate could be much higher. And in order for us to combat and assist in the efforts to prevent spread of the disease, the best thing that anyone can do is to make that appointment and get a vaccine.
Right, absolutely.
Ava, we know that this has been a very difficult year for so many. You are the Director of Nursing for the Madison County Health Department. I can only imagine that your why has grown over this year. Tell us a little bit about what this personal experience has been for you and why you are so committed to the work that you're doing at the Madison County Health Department.
Thank you. It has been a hard year and a half for everyone. And so initially we did not have that vaccine. And so once that vaccine came available, late December for us, it was never, there was no hesitation at all for me to to receive the vaccine. And I know for others there were the categories. We started with the elderly and the vulnerable populations, and healthcare workers. And so I was able, and very thankful that I was able to get that vaccine fairly quickly once that rollout of vaccine started. Honestly, as a human being, it is scary. It's scary to think about trying something new or receiving something that we had limited information on. But I was in a conversation with a colleague of mine yesterday, and he used the word selfless. And I think for me, that choice, and for a lot of other people, is that we've got to work on this together. It's about weighing the pros and cons, and knowing that I'm making that decision. My why is not only for myself. Of course, I don't want to have COVID. I don't want to put myself at risk for severe side effects, consequences, and even death, because we all have family and loved ones. But it was a bigger picture. It was the picture of, me and others that have decided to take the vaccine is the biggest way in preventing the spread of this disease, which now has overrun hospitals locally. We read about it in New York back when this first began, and it was tragic, and it's still tragic to see the healthcare workers and those of you that have been in healthcare and also in public roles, whether it's restaurants, department stores, other public buildings, schools. It's important, that it's bigger than me.
Well, I want you all to know that as you all as a team that are appreciated in Madison County for everything that you have been doing and continue doing. So I just wanted to say that from Colleen and I, that we really appreciate the whole Madison County Health Department team down there.
Well, thank you. And we appreciate all the support that we've been given by our community and through the many efforts of so many individuals.
Well, let's reinforce this.
A lot of good that's going on out there.
Right.
And there are people that are stepping up and doing the right thing. So we want to say thank you to those folks and to anybody else who's, considering their actions going ahead. Thank you for taking that time to consider those things. And if you have any questions, Ava and her team are available to answer your questions as well.
So let's reinforce this.
I would love for someone to call in. I'm happy to talk with anyone who has questions about what that means for me when I receive a vaccine. It's that important. One vaccine makes a difference.
It does. So Ava, tell us one more time, what should people be doing?
Number one, they should be getting vaccinated. And I know that if you're under 12 years of age, that's not possible right now. So that's what makes it even more important that those that are 12 and older get the vaccine.
Right.
Two is to be mindful of those red zone recommendations, which include social distancing and wearing a mask.
Right. Absolutely.
For those of you that receive the news that you've tested positive or you've been a close contact, you need to isolate and quarantine based on the guidance that's listed at our website and on most state government websites.
Absolutely.
Very
All right.
good. Thank you for reiterating those recommendations. Kelly, we spent a lot of time together over this past year, and I don't think there's been a single conversation where you haven't shown such gratitude for folks such as Ava doing this very difficult work.
Well, I am very honored to be a support to this team and to this organization and serve as a spokesperson as much as possible. But I can't say enough how much I admire the folks here that are on the front lines and the people in public health and our healthcare community in Madison County.
Right. Absolutely. Kelly, of course, now we always wrap up everything. Where can people go for the clearinghouse for information regarding the Madison County Health Department?
Sure. That is Madison County Health DEPT.org.
Absolutely.
And
folks, you can find everything there.
May I interject too?
Sure,
that,
absolutely.
You can go to vaccinefinder.org if you're looking for a vaccine. You can go to our website. We're offering the Johnson & Johnson and the Moderna every day next week.
Cool.
If you want to schedule an appointment, you can schedule an appointment online. You can also call our offices and or you can walk in. Let's just say finally you're driving down the road and you're like, you know what? I'm going to do this today.
Absolutely.
Just come on in. We're ready to give you the vaccine and talk to you about it.
That's fantastic. So there shouldn't be any hindrance. It's going to be offered next week, so that is wide open, folks. So please take advantage of that.
All right, very good. Ava Wright, Kelly McBride, thanks so much for being with us here this evening, and again for all of the hard work that you're doing here in Madison County. We
Thank you,
appreciate
ladies.
you.
Thank you.
Folks, we'll be right back.